So, hello, Bacha Party. We are going to start with a topic today which you need to know for any of the exams you are targeting, whether university, NEET, or FMG. So, let's start with the basics of the acute leukemia. All of you know that you have a stem cell in your bone marrow which is going to produce all kind of blood cells here in the periphery. So, कौन से stem cells हो सकते हैं? You have a lymphoid stem cell and a myeloid stem cell. Important here to remember is that a lymphoid stem cell is going to differentiate or mature into only lymphocytes. इसलिए जो lymphocytes का ट्यूमर और leukemia, ALL or CLL, whatever is there, it is going to involve the lymphocytes only. Whereas a myeloid stem cells is going to differentiate into RBCs, platelets, as well as the other cells of the myeloid lineage, which is going to include your myelocyte, metamyelocyte, band forms, and neutrophils, along with monocytes and monoblast. ठीक है, so all of these are from originating from a myeloid stem cell and hence will be involved in all kind of acute myeloid leukemia or the chronic myeloid leukemia. Okay, so this is one point of understanding. Now whenever you get a question in your exam, you always need to differentiate whether the history is acute or chronic. Acute leukemias will have a certain history, 1 month ki or 2 month ki history. So when you get a history which is involving a recent episode, then you are going to think of acute leukemia. And if you have decided that it is acute leukemia, it is going to have immature cells only. So acute leukemia may the blasts are involved, and in chronic leukemia which have a chronic history or they would be of incidental finding, asymptomatic patient, in those cells mainly the mature cells are going to get involved and few of blasts, less than 2% blasts are going to be present, whereas in acute leukemia the criteria is presence of more than 20% of the immature cells or the blast in the blood or the bone marrow. So what comes in acute leukemia? अगर लिम्फॉइड लीनिएज का है तो ALL, अगर माइलॉइड लीनिएज का है तो AML. एंड क्रॉनिक ल्यूकेमिया में व्हाट कम्स? अगर लिम्फॉइड लीनिएज का है देन इट इज CLL. इफ इट इज ऑफ अ माइलॉइड लीनिएज देन इट इज CML. Okay, so exams may, in fact, especially in your slides when you get in your university exam, you usually have to differentiate. It is better that you differentiate based on the history which you get. Acute history है या chronic history है. और एक और बात, acute lymphoid leukemia is going to be present in children or adolescents. लेकिन acute myeloid leukemia is primarily a disease of adults more than 40 or 45 years of age. Chronic lymphocytic leukemia is mostly involving, for example, for CLL, the age is usually 60 to 70 years. And for CML, the age is 45 years and above. So this is going to help you at least streamline your thought process ki what you are going to see and what you are going to deal with. Now let's talk about two types of immature cells that you can get in your peripheral smear which will help you decide कि हम ALL देख रहे हैं या फिर हम AML देख रहे हैं. So let's look at the lymphoblast first. Lymphoblast is the immature cell which is going to differentiate into a mature lymphocyte. तो lymphoblast में क्या होता है? Can you see? You will tell me on your own. It is a cell which is quite large than the small mature lymphocyte, है ना? उसके size से it is quite big, but it has a single nucleoli, or in some cells nucleoli may be missing also. It has a very scant amount of pale basophilic cytoplasm. Okay, so this is what is going to define your lymphoblast. A relatively smaller size than the myeloblast, relatively small or scant amount of cytoplasm than the myeloblast, and 0 to 1 nucleoli as compared to the myeloblast. Now look at the myeloblast now. क्या है? Size is relatively larger, cytoplasm is relatively abundant, and you are going to appreciate more than one nucleoli. Can you appreciate these? So usually you have 2 to 5 nucleoli in the nucleus. And what is this? You can even appreciate presence of the OR rod. ठीक है, OR rod is very characteristic. If once you have seen a OR rod in a blast, then it is certainly a myeloblast. So this you have to remember. It comes as a question. Usually nowadays a description is being given or a figure would be given that you have to identify whether it is a lymphoblast or a myeloblast. Similarly, likewise, we were talking कि हम acute leukemia की बात करें या chronic leukemia की बात. Can you appreciate these are all the blasts with the description that we had seen similar in the previous slide, and these are the mature lymphocyte. Can you appreciate the coarse chromatin which is there in the mature lymphocytes, whereas always in a blast the chromatin is going to be fine chromatin. It will not be as coarse as dark blue. It is going to be slightly pink. Now let's see AML में देखिए, AML also you are going to have blast with a very light chromatin as compared to CML. CML is one thing where you are going to have all the lineages के cell. AML is an acute leukemia जिसमें blast are going to predominate. So you are not going to have majority of the neutrophils or myelocyte or metamyelocytes. You will only have blast, whereas CML में you are going to have all the lineages of a myeloid cell. You are going to have this metamyelocyte, you are going to have this myelocyte, you are going to have this band form. जब इस type का leukemia garden variety of myelocytes of the myeloid cells are present and the patient is usually asymptomatic, it is an incidental finding, then you are probably dealing with a CML. Now likewise I am going to proceed with what kind of questions you are usually getting. Long question can come as lab diagnosis of leukemia, but shorter questions or MCQs are coming in. What is the next line of investigation? If these disease markers are present in flow cytometry, then what is your diagnosis? Or this is the peripheral smear which you are seeing, what is your diagnosis? So likewise we are going to approach the case. So lab diagnosis of acute leukemia is always going to start with CBC. So the history would usually be given in a patient with anemia or leukocytosis and clinical leukocytosis. ठीक है, count जो TLC count है would be raised, and then they would be giving you a peripheral smear description where they would say कि either lymphoblasts are suggested or myeloblasts are suggested. Clinical features में you will always have the age of the patient with a history which is suggesting towards malignancy. कौन सी हिस्ट्री हो सकती है वो? Either the patient is having fever because patient को neutropenia है, or the patient is having epistaxis or gum bleed because the platelet count is going low, or the patient is going to have some form of organomegaly or lymphadenopathy. ठीक है, and why do the patient has fever or epistaxis? क्यों हो रहा है? Why is the neutrophil count or the platelet count going down? It is going down because the marrow is being infiltrated by the blast cells. तो आपके blast cells में normal cells की बजाय तो blast आ गए marrow में. So that is why your counts are going low. So once you have seen the CBC and the peripheral smear where you have differentiated कि you are looking at the lymphoblast or the myeloblast, then what else you have to do? You have to do the FAB classification or the WHO classification of the marrow. All the leukemias, whether it is ALL or AML, you are going to have two types of classification. One would be FAB, that is French, American and British. Another would be WHO, which is based on the cytogenetics or the molecular markers which are there. Now let's look at the FAB classification, which is more of a morphological classification. ठीक है, this is a very ancient question that used to come in our times कि FAB classification में आप किस basis पर differentiate कर रहे हो? You are going to differentiate on the basis of morphology. So you have ALL L1, L2 and L3. L1 में क्या होता है? You have intermediate sized blast which are सिमिलर लुकिंग होमोजेनस ब्लास्ट है, एक ही जैसे स्मॉल टू इंटरमीडिएट साइज ऑफ ब्लास्ट होंगे, दैट इज ALL L1. What happens in ALL L2? You have blast but there is heterogeneity. Small blast भी है and larger blast भी है. So that is ALL L2. And then what is there? ALL L3. Very 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 important. I am going to stress more on it. ALL L3 में क्या हो रहा है? You have large blast with pale basophilic cytoplasm and presence of these cytoplasmic vacuoles. ये cytoplasmic vacuoles किस चीज़ के बने हैं? They are made up of lipids. और अगर lipids के बने हैं तो किससे stain होंगे? They are going to stain with fat stain all red O. Very very important PYQ. All red O. They can also be stained by pus. Now another important thing. ये ALL L3 के blast, are they actually blast? Why are they coming in blood? Or they are some spillover of a lymphoma. I hope you understand the difference between a leukemia and a lymphoma. Leukemia is the tumor of the blood where the immature cells are present in the bone marrow or the blood. But when primarily a lymph node is being involved, that it is a tumor of the lymph node or spleen, उसको बोलते हैं lymphoma. So ALL-L3 is basically बर्केट्स लिम्फोमा जो लिम्फ नोड से स्पिल होके ब्लड में आ जाता है एंड व्हेन इट कम्स इनटू ब्लड इट प्रेजेंट्स एज ALL-L3. Okay, so you will classically have a bacha of African origin because the case is endemic in this geographical distribution. More than 95% of the cases you will have as endemic. Okay, सारे PYQs I'm going to tell you. Endemic is the most common. Then extra bone marrow areas or the blood के बाहर में you will have swelling, that is primarily jaw and face की swelling. EBV association is very 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 common. More than 95% of cases of the endemic areas are associated with EBV. So is kind of a tumor is present which is going to spill into the blood also and into the lymph nodes also. And what is there? The other characteristic feature, it is being associated with translocation 814 or the MYC translocation. So MYC gene rearrangement where a part of the MYC gene present on chromosome number 8 is going into chromosome number 14 forming Burkitt's lymphoma. So translocation 814 is present in Burkitt lymphoma. ALL-L3 types of blast are present in Burkitt lymphoma. They are going to stain with oil red or PAS. They are associated with EBV. They are going to be present in children with face or jaw swelling. Then what else? They have a very very high Ki67 index. What is Ki67? It's a marker of proliferation or mitosis. So the tumor is very very aggressive. So it is going to have a very very high Ki67 index, more than 98% and usually 100% it is. So this is the IHC stain showing you the Ki67 presentation. And what else can you appreciate in here? The starry sky appearance. You have all of these intermediate size, monotonous looking, similar looking lymphoid cells in the lymph node, but then you have tangible body macrophages in between which are going to give the appearance of a starry sky. So these questions are very very typical of Burkitt's lymphoma. अगर पूछना होगा तो these 6-7 points are only there for you to ask. Important for a university long question, short note also. Burkitt's lymphoma में पूछा हुआ in the past years. So similar question had come in. ALL-L3 is a malignancy of which cells? Mature B, mature T, immature B or immature T? So is it a leukemia? No. The tumor is of mature B cells which are spilling into the blood. Okay, so it's a mature B cell tumor which is spilling into the blood and forming a ALL-L3 kind of a malignancy. Now what is this? We had done that we are going to look at the CBC first and the peripheral smear first, and what else we are going to do? We are going to do cytochemistry. So AML will have different kind of cytochemistry. ALL may we do for lymphoblast we do PAS staining. What you are going to do in PAS staining? You are going to see this dot block like positivity. Dot blot like positivity in the lymphoblast. Okay, so this you have to remember that lymphoblasts are going to see PAS positivity. Now next, what investigation we are going to do later? The fourth investigation that you will be doing would be a flow cytometric immunophenotyping. So पहले तो you are going to tell me what markers are going to be positive in ALL. Ma'am, since ALL is a leukemia of immature cells, so I am going to first have the immaturity markers positive. So what are the immaturity markers you know of? CD34 is an immaturity marker, HLA-DR is an immaturity marker, and TDT is an immaturity marker. So any of the ALL or AML you are dealing with, you are going to have these immaturity markers. If not even a single marker is positive, then you have to think that probably this is not the immature cells you are looking at and they are mature cells. So सबसे पहले तो acute leukemia में you are going to have CD34, HLA-DR और TDT में से कुछ भी एक चीज पॉजिटिव होनी चाहिए. देन व्हाट, अब जब ये इमेच्योरिटी मार्कर्स पॉजिटिव हुए देन आई एम गोइंग टू डिफरेंशिएट अगर ये लिम्फोइड ब्लास्ट है या फिर ये माइलॉइड ब्लास्ट है. लिम्फोइड ब्लास्ट बी या टी कुछ भी हो सकते हैं. दे कैन बी इधर बी लिम्फोसाइट सो इट वुड बी बी एल एल, और टी लिम्फोसाइट सो इट वुड बी टी एल एल, और दे वुड बी माइलोब्लास्ट. So myeloblasts are going to be characteristically positive for CD13 and CD33. ठीक है. एंड इफ यू आर सस्पेक्टिंग अ लिम्फोब्लास्ट टू बी प्रेजेंट तो बी लिम्फोइड के लिए हम क्या मार्कर यूज करते हैं, ईदर CD19 और CD20 एंड वन क्लास CD79 एंड वन वेरी वेरी क्लासिकल मार्कर CD10. अगर CD10 भी पॉजिटिव है उस ल्यूकीमिया को बोलते हैं हम काला पॉजिटिव BALL, दैट इज कॉमन एंटीजन लिम्फोब्लास्टिक ल्यूकीमिया. Okay, and T के लिए what markers you have? You have CD3 and CD5. So here what you look at? You did a flow cytometry and you identify कि ये मेरा blast का population है. So now you are going to look at all the purple cells which are there. ये मेरे purple cells हैं. Can you see? This quadrant is positive for both. So this is double positive quadrant हमेशा. Can you see these lines? Can you appreciate? So here the marker written is CD10, here the marker written is CD19. So this population is positive for CD10, but it is negative for CD19. Can you see that? So this population is here positive both for CD10 as well as CD19. So it is a tumor or a blast cell which are positive both for CD10 as well as CD19. Now I look for other markers, TDT and CD79A. CD79A is a marker of B cells and TDT is a marker of immaturity. ये वाला quadrant is a double positive quadrant. Can you see? तो अगर एक सेल पॉपुलेशन इधर आ रही है मतलब ये TDT के लिए भी पॉजिटिव है और ये CD79A के लिए भी पॉजिटिव है. That is further confirming that these are immature cells which are positive for B cell markers CD79 and CD19. Now I come here. I have done cytoplasmic MPO here and CD34 here. This is a negative quadrant, double negative quadrant, which is going to be negative for both CD34 as well as MPO. सेल यहाँ नहीं आ रहे हैं, सेल आ रहे हैं यहाँ. इसका मतलब वो 34 के लिए पॉजिटिव हैं लेकिन दे आर नेगेटिव फॉर MPO कमिंग टूवर्ड्स द लेफ्ट साइड ऑफ द एक्सिस. MPO इज अ मार्कर फॉर माइलोब्लास्ट, दे आर मार्कर फॉर माइलोब्लास्ट. तो इसका मतलब ये माइलॉइड ब्लास्ट तो नहीं है. They are 34 positive, TDT positive, 19 positive, 10 positive and CD79A positive BALLK blast. I hope the approach to flow cytometric graphs is clear to you because you are going to get a graph in your exams nowadays. ठीक है, so NEET में या FMG में you are definitely going to get the graph where you have to identify which cell population is positive for what. Now next comes the importance of the cytogenetic marker because the WHO classification of ALL है that is based primarily on the cytogenetics or the translocations which are involved in ALL. तो सबसे पहले two good prognosis translocation. ठीक है, good prognosis translocation are only two. Translocation 1221 which is going to involve ETV6 and RUNX1. ठीक है, 12-21 को भागना है. So 12-21 is going to run. So ETV6 RUNX1 is a good prognosis marker, good prognosis translocation in ALL. And hyperdiploidy, that is presence of more than 50 chromosomes, is also a good prognostic factor. You please have to remember this. Rest is going to be fine for you. Good वाले पता होने चाहिए, बाकी सब खराब वाले हैं. So translocation 922. 11q23 hypodiploidy and 514 are poor prognosis marker. They are poor prognosis in an ALL. But what is happening in 514? They are associated with eosinophilia. Question once had come on this. So you have to remember translocation 514 is responsible for eosinophilia. तो blast के साथ में उसमें eosinophils भी होंगे. Hypodiploidy of course is a poorer prognosis. Translocation 922. If you would recall, or in further lectures we are going to read that translocation 922 is involved in CML. क्या डिफरेंस है फिर ALL की ये ट्रांसलोकेशन और CML की ट्रांसलोकेशन में? CML में भी ट्रांसलोकेशन 922 है, but that translocation is going to form a protein which has a weight of 210 kilodalton. लेकिन ALL में ट्रांसलोकेशन के बाद में द प्रोटीन विच इज बीइंग फॉर्म्ड हैज अ मॉलिक्यूलर वेट ऑफ 190 किलो डाल्टन. Okay, so this you have to remember, and it is a very poor prognosis in AML, whereas in CML it is going to have a very good prognosis. Okay, so this is one thing that you have to remember. And next questions which come in ALL after all of this is the favorable and the unfavorable prognostic markers. So age till 10 years is good, female sex is good, TLC count less than 10,000 is good. If CD10 is positive, we had seen a graph, it is good. Hyperdiploidy is good. ETV6 RUNX1 is good. MRD negative, rapid remission, good response to therapy, and without CNS or testicular involvement, it is good. Another important thing, BALL has a relatively better prognosis than TALL. So TALL is associated with Notch1 mutations, okay, and it carries a worse prognosis. और BLL बिल्कुल children less than 3 years 4 years age group में होता है, while TLL is present in adolescents and hence carries a poorer prognosis. Unfavorable prognosis is when it is happening in more than 10 years of age or less than 1 year. Count is quite high. TLL carries a unfavorable prognosis with hypodiploidy, Philadelphia BCR ABL1 chromosome that we had spoken about, or any kind of poor response to therapy. One question, if I remember, had come that which of the following is a good prognostic factor or the best prognostic factor, and that then the answer was response to therapy. If you are responding, if the patient is responding well to therapy, the counts are going low, it is the best prognostic factor. So this is the best prognostic factor that you have. So this, by this we have covered, I think, most of the questions that can come on this topic. Once we have done the AML also, I'll try to bring in more questions from acute leukemia that will help to differentiate. Now the last one question that I want to discuss is, a 12-year-old boy presented with a short 20-day history of fatigue, weight loss and epistaxis. Child is pale, has splenomegaly, and CBC shows intermediate size blast with scan cytoplasm inconspicuous nuclei. What are you going to do next? So आई हैव अ 12-year-old बच्चा, ठीक है. सो बच्चे में यूजली ALL होने वाला है, एक्यूट हिस्ट्री है तो ALL होने वाला है. ब्लास्ट में दे हैव रिटन द डिस्क्रिप्शन दैट दे हैव इनकॉन्स्पिक्यूअस न्यूक्लियाई, नो मेंशन ऑफ द ORRODs, देन probably I am dealing with ALL. Now next step what we are going to do with either cytochemistry or flow cytometry. Those steps are there for you to follow. So cytochemistry for MPO would be done in AML. Are we going to do that? No. Cytochemistry for NSC would be done in monocytic leukemia. Are we dealing with that? No, वो तो AML में होता है. नहीं. Flow cytometry for 1333 किस में करते हैं? AML में करते हैं. No. Flow cytometry for CD19, 10 and 34 is what I am going to do in ALL. So that by that we have covered most part of the acute lymphoblastic leukemia. इसके अलावा इसके बाहर से questions नहीं हैं. So let's wait for the next video which is in which we are going to discuss about the acute myeloid leukemia.